Welcome to another episode of Pick a Side. Right now, we're all kind of overwhelmed because this is our second time filming this episode. We filmed it once already, and it didn't record. Well, no, it did. Not that it didn't record.
Bro, just get on with this. Come on, bro.
My computer turned off completely, and we lost all the audio. That's why the water bottle is empty. His water bottle's half empty. His water bottle's more than half empty. So this episode, I'm not going to have nothing to drink, but there's no excuse.
You was thirsty?
No excuse. I'll still beat Riv in these debates. No excuse. So, okay. Today.
Oh, I just peeped. You guys don't debate, right?
Now we do debate.
Oh, yeah, I do debate.
Yeah. Today, we're going to be debating whether Jayson Tatum is a top 5 small forward in the league based on the stretch that he's been having. Then, we're going to talk about if we believe in the Rockets' small ball and where that can lead them to. Then, we're going to talk about who should be the Rookie of the Year, Zion Williamson or Ja Morant. After that, we get into the Miami Heat. Are they unraveling or are they still a contender in the East? And then to finish the whole episode off, we're going to talk about Russell Westbrook and if the Oklahoma City Thunder have misused him the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, so to start it off.
Oh,
Riv.
man. Jayson Tatum. Jayson Tatum has been on the tear these last 2 months. Been leading the Boston Celtics to a pretty dominant start. All right, here we go. Jayson Tatum. The small forward position is probably one of the hardest positions to understand in basketball. You got to basically know how to do everything. Mm-hmm. With Jayson Tatum's run, Joel, JC, what do you think? Top 5 small forward or not? Joel, let's hear you first.
JC, you can go first on this one.
Oh, wow. Okay. You're going to just dub with the area. That's crazy.
All right, so
I hope you're wrong.
My answer to the Jayson Tatum question is yes, he is a top 5 small forward right now. Here's why.
Ding, 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 ding. He's top 5, you said?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I like to
so
hear this.
The last month he's been averaging 30-plus points per game on crazy efficiency, which is really, it's been amazing. It's propelled his ranking for me. Overall in the season, he's averaging 23.5 points per game, 7 boards, 3 assists a game, 45% from the field, which is his most efficient, and 40% from the 3, which is that's a really good shooter. A thing that gets looked over in his game is he's a very, very good defender. Doesn't get enough credit for that because his offensive game is so polished. Joel, I think he's top 5. Can you name me 5 small forwards that are better than Jayson Tatum?
Pause. Before Joel even does that, I want you to tell me where you rank him in the top 5.
Oh, I got him at number 5.
Number 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Joel. He asked you a question. I want you to answer it.
Well, number 5 is fair because
that's making it.
He's not better than LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not.
Facts. He's
not better than Giannis. Are we counting Giannis as a 3?
No, he's a power forward.
But then Jayson Tatum has to be counted as a 4.
But the question is Jayson Tatum a top 5 small forward?
He's not playing the 3 this year. He's playing the 4.
Listen.
Giannis is not he's the 4 this year.
Is he better than Luka?
Nope.
No.
That's 2 players right there. Is he better than Kawhi Leonard?
Absolutely not.
Riv, let me ask you, is Jayson Tatum better than Paul George?
I don't think so, but other people may think so.
Oh.
What do you think? It's you two. What do you think?
Go ahead, Joel. Go ahead.
I want to know your opinion, JC. Honestly, is he better than Paul George?
Yes, this year he's better than Paul George. Paul George doesn't play any game. He hasn't played much games.
What we do
I'm not giving a guy that hasn't played much games.
We analyze people's games off year-by-year basis.
No, this is the top 5 small forward right now. Paul George has not played enough games to earn that right over Jayson Tatum.
Is it fair that Jimmy Butler is? You're going to give me Jimmy. Please tell me you're giving me Jimmy.
I mean, listen, you could argue if you put the stats side by side.
Jimmy Butler does everything better than him except
bro,
shoot the
stop
ball.
With that everything better, bro. He does not score better than him, bro. He does not rebound better than him.
He does rebound better.
How many
than
rebounds
him.
does he get a game?
Bro, just because you get
how many rebounds does he get a game?
Doesn't mean you.
How many? Can I hear the rebounds per game? Can I hear the rebounds per game?
He averages 21, 7, and 7.
Okay, he's averaging 20. He's averaging 23.5, 7. He's got him on the assist. I'll give you that. He's definitely not a better shooter. This dude's shooting 24% from the 3 this year. Jimmy Butler, come on, man.
Is he better or not? Lay it down right now.
Nope.
Man, Tatum better than him, man. And I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Look, I gave you George. George is out. If Butler is out, no. One of them have to be in.
So he give you Jimmy.
You know what? I'll give you Jimmy because he played more games. I'll give you him. But Paul George, LOL. No.
Okay, don't give me Paul George. I'll tell you who's better. Chris Middleton.
Oh my goodness.
Chris
Wow.
Middleton is better than Jayson
Chris
Tatum.
Middleton, Riv.
Chris Middleton. And I'll tell you why. He averages 21 points per game. The light just shut off, Riv. Please plug it back. Because I'm saying something important right now. Chris Middleton averages 21 points per game. Jayson Tatum averages 24. That's fine. 4 more points per game. But Tatum plays 4 more minutes. Come on. Middleton will get those points.
Middleton
He
is
averages-
mid. He's mid.
Chris Middleton averages 4.2 assists per game.
That dude is a
Tatum averages 3.
He's
Middleton beats him in that.
Middleton
with
is
less
above
minutes.
Middleton is an above average 3 and D.
And now
player.
look at this. Chris Middleton has about the same rebounds in 4 less minutes. And
my
please,
God.
Chris Middleton is part of the 50-40-90 club. Come on.
A club that you said was not valid because
Let
Malcolm
me know, let me
Brogdon
know.
made it. But okay, we'll
Riv,
keep
tell
going.
me this, please.
Yo,
Do not be biased. Please take these stats into consideration.
That man is an above average 3 and D player, but keep going.
Chris Middleton shoots 44% from 3.
That's tough.
Is that better than Tatum's 40% from 3?
They're both elite in their own right.
Is that better? Hold
Yes,
up.
That is better.
Chris Middleton, he shoots 51% from the field.
That's tough.
Tatum shoots 45% from the
Tatum
field.
takes harder shots, but keep
Gotcha,
going.
Riv.
Are you gonna blame Middleton for not taking harder shots?
No, Middleton's open. 'Cause
So he
Giannis-
knows how to.
For
he
real,
knows how to
like-
pick his spots better. Okay, so okay.
Giannis gets
knows how to
double
pick
teamed.
his spots better.
Definitely.
Chris Middleton has right here a 59% efficient field goal percentage. Tatum has a 53
Why are you shaking?
because you guys. I'm tired of you guys. You guys have to give Chris Middleton some respect
Bro, he's
right now.
mid, bro. Like, he's not. Like,
What is mid?
he's-
Come on,
he's
mid.
above average.
He's mid is disrespectful. I'm
Zach-
going against Joel, but mid is disrespectful.
You're a Chicago Bulls fan. Is Zach LaVine mid? Chris Middleton is better than Zach LaVine.
Whoa. Whoa.
He's better.
That's a debate for
He's
another
better than
day.
Zach LaVine. Come on. Okay, but we're gonna talk about this.
Bro. Stop for a minute.
And now we're gonna talk about this.
Stop for a minute. Wait a minute. Wait 1 second. No, you know what? Keep going. I'm not even gonna get into that today.
A stat I love. PER, player efficiency rating. It shows who actually
This is a
has more
podcast.
value on the court.
This is a podcast.
Chris Middleton
Talk about
has a
PER.
22 PER. Jason Tatum's at a 21.
That's right there. Like,
But
niggas
who's?
seem like
It's right
like-
there. But who's better?
What is it? What is Jason's?
It's
Is it
right there,
21
but
flat?
who's better?
What is Jason's?
It's 20.5.
20.5, and then what was
Chris Middleton's like a 21.8.
Oh, okay, so you rounded it. Okay, makes sense. No, it makes sense.
It's better.
Yeah,
That's
by
it.
1.
Yeah, for real.
So I don't know why you don't think Chris Middleton is better than Jason Tatum.
Go ahead.
It's a valid argument. He's on the best team on the NBA.
Bro, he's
He's
first
on
of
the
all,
best team in the NBA because of that man right there.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is by far the best player on that team.
He
Now,
might be the second best,
Jason
too.
Tatum, there's been a big discussion going on if he's the man of the Boston Celtics, and I think he is.
Oh,
I
what
really
the-
think he is. I think he is the best player on that team. Chris Middleton's playing second fiddle to a league MVP, and you're over here glorifying his stats. He's efficient. Jason Tatum's a better overall player to him, and if you want to talk about defense, yo, Chris Middleton's defense is a little overrated.
Can I ask you a question?
It's a little overrated.
Right before you go. Right before
It's
you
a
go.
little overrated.
Right before you
Ever
go.
cut the narrator
Right
off
before
ever
you go.
again.
JC,
Jason Tatum plays D. That's all I gotta say.
I am pretty sure to the audience listening, if you guys watch our podcast, you watch our videos, and you've seen one of the most, like, I think the 50-minute long video, we were debating for quite a while, Riv. I know you remember. Because JC said that Jason Tatum doesn't perform in the playoffs.
I remember that.
We're in the regular season though.
So
Just saying. I'm just saying.
I just want to ask JC,
Ask me a question.
Middleton performs.
how are you so high on Jason Tatum right now, but you were so quick to label him a non-factor in the playoffs just 2
I'll
weeks
answer
ago?
that. I'm gonna use one of your great phrases. You're only good as your last series or game. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do that. So like, Indiana didn't play that well that series against Milwaukee. What did he do? Can I hear what he did? He actually played worse than Kyrie Irving. If you can check the stats, he actually played worse than Kyrie
was
Irving.
hard to do.
So listen,
That was very
I
hard to
did.
do.
I'm not gonna switch my words. I did say that I need to see Jason Tatum do something in the playoffs this year because of how hard he was in the postseason last year. But so far in the regular seasons, which has nothing to do with the playoffs, he's been phenomenal.
All right, guys.
This
He's
is
the
thing.
man.
This is the thing. The one last word, please. One last word.
Go ahead, Tatum.
You're only as good as your last game, series, whatever you want to call it.
Your slogan.
One of Middleton's last games against the Wizards,
That was like
he had 40.
2 weeks ago.
bro.
He had 40-plus points. Giannis was out in overtime, and Middleton led that team to victory.
Bro, it's against the
They
Wizards.
went overtime with the
Middleton led
Wizards?
that
It
team
was
to
a
victory.
Wizards. Okay.
Middleton, you guys are disrespecting him.
Jason Tatum gave
The Twitter,
Kawhi 35.
the whole Twitter crowd was disrespecting him. This goes to you, Nassim. This goes to you, young Professor Sebastian, the Nets fan. You two are both Nets fans. You two are both suffering this season. All of you guys are disrespecting Chris Middleton when he's somebody who should be respected. The Bucks don't go without Chris Middleton.
What the?
What?
Chris
the
Middleton
hell?
makes the Bucks go along with
We're gonna have to
Giannis.
move on.
Oh, man.
Technical difficulty. Somebody's being an idiot. We're gonna have to move on because that was just
The
nonsense.
Milwaukee Bucks are the first seed in the
Wow.
East. And now we're going to talk about the fourth seed in the East, the Miami Heat. And I just caught the water bottle. Extremely great hands. Shout out to AJ Green. So to begin the season, the Miami Heat were one of the hottest teams in the NBA. But they've cooled down. No pun intended. The water began to rain on their parade. And in the last 11 games, they're 4-7, which isn't good, you would say.
Mm.
And I think, to be fair, Butler has not played in 4 of those games. But with that being said, JC, are the Miami Heat unraveling this year?
Okay, so I want to start this off by saying every team in the NBA goes through a low point in the regular season. The Miami Heat, ladies and gentlemen, are unraveling right now. In their last 20 games, they are 9-11. 9-11. You know, if I go through their wins and losses last 20 games, it's a L, W, W, L, W, L, W, W, L, L, L. It's just widely inconsistent from what it was in the beginning of the year. I will say they are a great home team, but on the road, they need to fix those issues. Their next games coming up are not against easy competition. They got the Bucks, the Magic, the Pelicans, who play tough. You got the Bucks again. You got the Pacers. You got the Pistons, who aren't that good. You got the Celtics. I mean, you got a lot of teams here and there. You got a lot of teams here and there that are gonna play. They're gonna fight.
A lot of bad teams. A lot of good teams.
A lot of good teams.
Okay.
9-11 the last 20. I think they're unraveling. Riv, what do you think?
I don't think they're unraveling. I think this is a stupid topic that we're discussing. I think this is a stupid opinion that you done made. Every team goes through a stretch. This team is still what they are at the beginning of the season, one of the best home teams in the league. They have their struggles on the road because they are a young team. Teams have their struggles on the road. They've lost a lot of games where they've just made dumb decisions late in the crunch time.
Can't do
That
that.
happened. Yep.
So it happens. You know, young teams go through that stretch, but they also have good losses. It's not like they've had just straight bad losses. Losing to the Clippers twice isn't. You don't sit there and say, "God damn it, we're in a slump." No, it's a good loss.
But for a team that's contending,
Losing to Boston, that's a good
team
loss.
that might have to go face in the playoffs.
Let me ask you two a question. Would you say that one of the main reasons the Miami Heat are 4-7 in the last 11 is because they had to integrate Jay Crowder, who's playing 30-plus minutes a game for them,
Sheesh.
and Iguodala, who's playing about 20 minutes a game for them?
Not just because of that. Injuries, Jimmy Butler losing a couple of his groove.
4 games. Yep.
So
last
losing
11.
his groove, then getting these new guys into the lineup. Kendrick Nunn missed a game. Goran Dragic missed a game. So injuries are starting to kick it with them, you know. I don't really find Dragic that good, but the media must like him. So the injuries are starting to hit
Dragic
them.
is a solid point guard.
You're a Knicks fan, bro. Stop talking and just be a narrator.
Goran
Anyways.
Dragic would go on the Chicago Bulls and be their best point guard.
Okay, and Zach LaVine will go on the Knicks and be the best player you've had in the last 4 years. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is the Miami Heat are still contenders. They're still going to compete, and if they see any of those top teams and they have home court advantage, it's going to be a dogfight, regardless.
And now to finish off this topic, I want to get both your takes on this. Philly right now, Ben Simmons, health is a concern. Joel Embiid, health is a concern as well. So with that being said, do you see any way in any world that the Philadelphia 76ers can take that 4th spot from the Heat and have home court advantage in the playoffs if they were to face them?
I'm hearing that Ben Simmons' injury is it's a little serious. I've seen how they played with just Joel Embiid strictly. Wow. It pains me to say this, but this team runs better with Ben Simmons at the helm.
that is wrong.
Oh no, it really does.
No, that
with
is
Ben
really wrong.
with Joel Embiid, I don't know, man. They should have lost to the Nets the other day. The Nets had a 20-point lead on them. The offense didn't look that good. Brett Brown doesn't really help as a coach. I'm not giving them the nod to get the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference.
I think regardless of where they get, they don't have Ben Simmons. They're probably gonna lose because Miami knows how to play Embiid. So it's looking like it's wraps for them. But they definitely need to make some decisions in the offseason because both of those guys are injury prone.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Before we go to the next topic, I just want to talk for a little bit. So our last few episodes, I think we can all agree that we weren't doing what we'd like to do. Is that safe to say?
For the most part,
we weren't debating.
I don't know, dictator. You tell me.
We weren't debating. And then we all agreed upon we're going to do more of a debating format. And in this episode, each person was going to take turns narrating.
Yep.
So you saw me or you saw Riv. First topic, he narrated the Tatum topic. This one, I narrated the Miami Heat one. And now the next two, we're going to get really heated. And Riv is going to lose again like he does on Twitter, on Instagram, on wherever he talks about sports. TikTok, he just downloaded the TikTok. So now JC, he's going to narrate the topics. The next two topics are the Rockets topic and the Westbrook topic. So here you go, JC.
Let the record show that people ask me for my basketball opinions all the time because I'm very well knowledgeable. There is nobody on earth that acts well. So
I'm sorry, Riv. I didn't know you knew everybody on earth.
I know the people we know, and they don't ask you.
Okay, guys. On to the next topic. I'm going to let Joel start off with this one because I know he has a soft spot.
I told you my name is Chapo on this show.
Joel, are you confident in the Houston Rockets come playoff time?
JC, that's an easy question for me. And the answer is a yes. And if I were to kindly ask you if you could just move the mic so the recording doesn't stop, because we're not going to edit this out. We're just going to, be genuine about it. So the Rockets are currently 4th in the West at 39-20. They're one game behind the 3rd. And frankly, I think they'll get the 3rd or 2nd seed in the playoffs when it's all said and done. The last 10 games, they are 8-2. The only team with a better record is Milwaukee with 9-1. They're second in NBA with that win percentage. The teams they beat, JC, are the Hornets. Not that good.
No.
The Lakers, contenders.
Yes.
The Celtics, would you say they're contenders?
Yeah.
Contenders. The Warriors, tanking. The Jazz,
solid team.
Solid team, okay. The Knicks, tanking.
Tanking.
The Grizzlies. The Grizzlies.
Playoff team right now.
Playoff team. They just blew out the Lakers just last night.
That was a very good
And
win.
then the Celtics. They faced the Celtics twice. They beat them twice. So out of those seven out of the last 11 games, the Rockets have blew out these teams by double digits.
Yep.
They've won by double digits, okay? Now, they're 4th in points per game, and they're 1st in the NBA in three-pointers made per game. They're 4th in plus-minus. They're 8th in defensive rating, so they do play defense. Harden is one of the better defenders, even though the narrative around him is that he's not a good defender. They're 3rd in steals. And here's a stat that's going to shock you guys that are watching.
Wait. Did you just say Harden plays D because the team is ranked 4th?
The team is ranked 8th.
Oh,
but
8th.
I know that you're not a good listener, so I know that you'd miss out that point.
No, you were talking nonsense, so I stopped listening.
But I know,
right?
that James Harden. Yeah, that's what I said.
So,
and I think
Steph Curry plays defense? Because his team was the #1 defense last year.
That's true.
He steals the ball, yeah.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make that clear so we could get that narrative out of the way. Okay. Keep going.
Harden has been an underrated defender these past couple years. Sure. That's fair to say.
Yeah.
And JC, this is a stat that's gonna shock you a lot.
Let me hear it.
So the Rockets play small, correct?
Yep.
They're 3rd in blocks.
Oh my God!
Due to Robert
in
Covington.
The last 10 games, they're 3rd in
Robert
blocks.
Covington.
Robert Covington has been averaging 3 blocks per game. So like I said, this past season, people don't want to label the Rockets contenders, but they beat the Lakers, they beat the Celtics, they beat the Clippers twice. What else do they have to do?
You ready?
Let's hear
To
it.
prove to everybody
are the Grizzlies
that
contenders?
They can have a chance.
Stop talking. Are the Grizzlies contenders?
No.
They beat the Lakers and they beat the Clippers. Are they contenders?
The Lakers and Clippers, yeah.
No. Are the Grizzlies contenders?
No, they're a young team.
So the win really doesn't matter. It's just a win.
It's a playoff team.
Yeah, but it's just a win on the notch of the belt, right? It doesn't really determine where they're gonna be right at the end of the season, right?
Not
Let's
really.
really cut to the chase. I'm sick of this nonsense. This this whole assumption that they beat the Lakers, they beat the Celtics, they beat the Clippers.
You're wrong. You're
and
wrong.
they're going to go to the finals doesn't even make sense. Everybody knows when playoff basketball starts, everything that happened in the regular season is thrown out the window. I know the Knicks ain't make the playoffs in a while, so I know you don't know what that feels like, but let me explain it to you. Playoff basketball is a different atmosphere, it's a different environment. The game gets tougher, the whistle gets tighter. Teams start playing serious, and the real competitors start to come out. And I'm sorry. There is just, first of all, I think, before we even get to, I think they're going to get either the 3rd or the 4th seed. I don't think they're going to get the 2nd. I think they're going to jump to 3 or 4. I think the Clippers are going to finish 2nd or 3rd. So the way it's looking, the Lakers are going to finish 1st. Hypothetically speaking, the Rockets finish at 4, right? Okay. They're going to play the Lakers in the 2nd round. You're not beating LeBron in a playoff series. Who do you think you have? You don't have anybody to beat LeBron. Let's say you drop down and you go play the Clippers. You're not going to beat the Clippers in the 2nd. You're not beating Kawhi. You already lost to Kawhi. What makes you think you're going to beat him? Like, come on. I know you're going to throw these little funny numbers. Who's going to guard Kawhi? Robert Covington? That's hilarious. Dead serious.
He's a good defender.
Yeah, he is. But come on, it's Kawhi Leonard. Who's
That's
going to guard?
first team all defense.
Good
He
job.
has.
Good job.
What the hell?
Yeah, I know. Good job. Who's gonna guard AD? Robert Covington, PJ Ticker? Like he's trash. He's garbage. Who's gonna guard LeBron? Robert? No. Like you don't have the players to guard these type of guys. Like I don't know why you're talking like even if you play Denver. Who's gonna guard the Joker? PJ Tucker? Are you serious? Are you looking at me in my face and
Look,
you're gonna tell me
you have to stop. You have to stop talking. You have to stop talking. Because it's my turn. It's my turn now. It's my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn.
Oh my God! Look, JC, the small ball works. Who Daniel House gonna guard? He's gonna get cooked. Ben McLemore's gonna get cooked. Westbrook probably gonna get cooked. Harden gonna get cooked. What do you mean? Playoff basketball different. Like what you mean? Like come on. Look, that man right there gonna cook. LeBron gonna cook, bro. That's it. Stop.
The moderator, are you gonna do something about this? I want to have a shot at this. I want to talk.
Joel's turn. It's Joel's turn. Joel, take the floor.
Rockets shit. Like,
Joel, take the
they
floor.
ain't about to do nothing. Like, come on, bro. Even if y'all play the Pelicans, who gonna guard Zion? PJ? No. Like,
He said the
trash,
Pelicans. He mentioned the
Joel's
Pelicans.
rebuttal. Let's go.
He mentioned the Pelicans.
ridiculous.
He mentioned the Nuggets. I'm sorry, Riv, but who's gonna guard James Harden on the Nuggets?
That's a fact.
Who's gonna guard Russell Westbrook?
Nobody.
That's fact.
Who's gonna guard Russell Westbrook against the
His right
Lakers?
hit the rebuttal. His right hit the rebuttal. Chokers. That's what they are. Playoff chokers.
Bro,
That's
what you
what they
gotta
do.
say, man?
I remember.
Playoff chokers.
Stop talking. Let me
But
tell you
what
a
is
story.
Paul George in the playoffs?
JC.
A choker.
JC. He's not a choker for the first
He is
4 or
a
5
choker.
games.
Yes, that's true,
Listen,
Joel.
He is a
listen,
choker.
Playoff P.
Because
Playoff
Playoff
P.
P played with Playoff Westbrook, and they both choked. So let's really talk about it. But look, let me tell you a story one day. I remember fourth quarter one day, OKC playing the Spurs, right? It's game 6. They in Oklahoma City. 1 minute, 35 seconds left. You know what Westbrook do? Brings up the ball, shoots it. Guess where it goes? Shot clock. Hit the shot clock. Comes back in bounds. That's the type of play he does. Next play, Westbrook comes down. Tries to give to KD. Turnover. They score. Next play, Westbrook comes down, hits it off his foot, turnover, the other team ball. Next play, Westbrook takes a dumbass layup, brick. Spurs win the game. They lose game 6. That's the type of player they're getting.
That's years ago.
Okay, let's talk about last year. Dame said, "Come check me." He could
That's a
not.
fact.
Sorry, I'm
had to
sorry.
throw Paul George on.
I am
Paul
not
George,
sorry. Look, you
Dame
have to
said,
stop
"Paul George,
talking.
come check me."
And
What did Paul
moderator,
George
you
do?
have to do a
Get
better
cooked.
job at stopping
Like,
him from talking
come on.
because he's not making any sense.
Come on, I'm sick of
Go
this.
ahead, Joel.
you
Joel,
have
the
to-
floor is yours, Joel. Riv,
The floor
let
is
Joel
mine, thank
speak.
you.
What Dame said, come check me. They couldn't check him. Like, come on, I'm sick of this, man.
Who did Dame hit the game winner on?
The man, because Westbrook couldn't guard him. So they said, PJ, you got to do it.
PG.
And he couldn't do it. So what you really saying to me right
Is
now?
it because they wanted Westbrook to guard him, or is because Paul George is a better defender, so they put Paul George
Westbrook
on
was
Dame?
guarding him, and then he get cooked. So then PJ switched on him, and then he got cooked. You needed PJ
It's fine.
Tucker
It's
that
fine.
day. That's what you needed.
The next topic is gonna be a topic about what went wrong in Oklahoma City. Don't worry. That's a topic you're gonna lose. But right now we're talking about the Rockets and what they could potentially do, and the things you're naming. You're saying the Nuggets.
This right here is
You're
nonsense. Come
you're
playoff
saying-
time.
you're saying the
Nonsense.
Nuggets-
This ain't gonna work.
You're saying the Nuggets can win against the Rockets?
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
that's crazy.
Are
Nah,
you kidding
I
me?
didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I
You
didn't say that.
said
All I
who's
said
guarding
was-
the Joker.
That's all I said. That's JC. When you say who's guarding who, does that mean I think they're gonna win the game?
Nah.
I said,
JC,
thank
but
you,
the
thank
only
you,
reason
thank
you would
you,
why
thank you.
mention that if they don't have a chance?
Because if you
Yeah, that's true.
No,
They don't have a
because
chance.
you
They don't have
know
a
this
shot.
for a fact, JC. If you go through a 7-game series, when you come to the next one, you're gonna be tired and drained.
Yeah, that's true.
You bums, y'all gonna come out that series tired and drained. You're gonna play the Lakers. AD gonna put in 40 on y'all. LeBron 40 triple double.
So Riv,
play Kawhi.
Riv,
Kawhi
Riv,
gonna give you the 40. PG gonna give you the 30.
Riv,
Lou
let me
Will
ask
the
you a
30.
question.
Lou Will play ball. Like what you mean?
Riv, let me
You're
ask you a
not saying
question.
nothing. Like,
Riv, let me ask you a question, real quick. I just want
and
to
the
ask
Clippers
this.
can get small ball too. What's up? Like Montrell Harris, like Lou Will. What's
Do you
up?
stop talking?
Like what's wrong with
Are you
Like,
done? Are you done?
I'm sick of this
You're
Rockets
done.
shit.
You're done. Okay.
Ask me that question you talking about.
I even forgot the question because you keep talking.
Forgot the
Are you
Rockets was
confident the
stupid.
Houston Rockets come playoff time,
Of course,
Joel?
I'm confident in the Rockets. I'm picking them to win a championship. They are going to win the championship this year. And look, I remember the question now. Riv, you said, which I think that you lied on this. I'll call you out for lying. That people ask you for your basketball opinion. You said yes, which I think is not true.
You want me to pull out my phone?
Because it can't be true.
You want me to pull out my phone?
I'm sorry. No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
So I want to ask you this.
I have receipts. Do you have receipts for
If
all
you-
these playoff moments? I want to hear receipts on that.
Riv, if people ask you about your basketball opinion, how come you're not recognizing this one flaw?
What flaw?
JC, let me ask you, because I know that you're unbiased. I know that you know some basketball. So let me ask you.
Go ahead.
He wanted to name the Nuggets as a team, okay? And he wanted to name somebody like the Joker. He's going to have a field day, whatever. What do the Rockets do better than any team when they play offense?
You tell me.
You tell us. You the
They
man.
get players to switch. They get bigs to switch on their guards. The reason why Rudy Gobert has been non-effective against the Rockets, the best defensive big man in the game.
Yeah.
If the best defensive big man in the game is a bad defender against the Rockets, what is Jokic going to be when he switched on Harden?
Jokic is
when
gonna
he
get
switched on
baked.
Westbrook? When he switched on Eric Gordon? Even Rocco? Whatever. What's going to happen?
Let
guard 'em.
the record show. Let the
guard 'em.
record show that the fact that you talking about they got to go play defense is the same reason why I'm saying y'all got to go play defense. And who's gonna check the Joker?
I'm sorry,
Do
but
you even have somebody to check Jamal
JC,
Murray?
In this, I know you watch basketball. I know Riv. He has league pass.
Who's
Which
gonna
is you have league pass. It's a waste of money because you don't watch it.
Ooh.
So look, JC, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
In today's NBA, how many times have you seen teams throw it into the post each possession down?
It's a
nigga-
lost art of the
He's
game.
never watched the Denver Nuggets
I'm
play
not gonna lie
basketball.
though.
It doesn't
It's
happen.
kind
He never watched the Denver Nuggets play basketball.
Yeah, actually,
Jokic is on
Jokic
the-
play makes from the post. He does.
Jokic is on the top of the key most of the time.
No, that's a lie.
Nah, he's on the top of key too.
He's around the key or he's down in the low post.
Yeah.
You're a liar for saying that. And you don't watch ball, and I caught you on it. Because they throw it to Joker 85% of the game. They throw it to him in the low
in
post.
the post, 85% of the game, they throw it
Yes.
to them in the post.
Yes.
That's a lie. That's a
No,
lie.
you're a lie. You don't watch
That's a
Denver
lie.
games. You're a clown
I do
for
watch
that.
Denver.
I need you to
I
know you're a
watched the
clown
whole
for that.
playoffs.
And you
JC,
need
I'm
to-
sorry, but didn't last year I picked Denver to beat Portland?
Yeah, you
That
did.
was dumb.
Nah, he did.
That was dumb of you.
In a 7-game series, how is that dumb? It's right there.
You
Right
lost.
there. They're
What
neck
do you
and
mean
neck.
how was it dumb? You
CJ's
lost.
heroic.
It's
CJ
not
came
done. No,
came
it's
It was
heroic.
done. Just like you
No,
picked
it's
Houston
not.
to go to the chip probably last year. That was wrong, as it usually is. Just like you're gonna be wrong again this year. So we can laugh at
this
you.
is what I'm saying. You can't ignore that facet. Of course, the Rockets may be at a liability defensively, but last time I checked, they're 8th in defensive rating. They're one of the top 10 defensive teams in the NBA, and they're one of the better offensive teams in the NBA as well.
JC, we've
So,
seen time and time again to
what's
throw these
going to
stats out the
happen?
numbers throw these stats out the window when playoff time comes. OKC last year was one of the best defense in the league, and that just failed miserably.
Yeah, they ran into somebody that was
Moving on, they
Let's
ran
move on,
into
JC.
somebody
Let's
that
move on
couldn't
to the
check.
topic.
So let's stay on the
Oh,
Rockets.
let's talk about the man who couldn't check Dame. Come on, let's talk about
Let's
it.
stay on the Rockets. Russell Westbrook having a phenomenal season, 27-7, most efficient ever. Joel, you're a big Westbrook fan, so I'm gonna ask you: was Russell Westbrook misused in OKC?
I'm gonna do a Russell Westbrook right now and pass this opportunity to Riv. You can go first. I went first
Okay.
last topic. I think it's fair.
Okay, Riv.
So I want you to hear your
There's nothing
take.
fair with me and you. I wouldn't have gave it to you. I'd have went first. I'm like that though. You're not. Anyways, I think it's too early to say because I don't think I think it's a small sample size. I think the small ball arrow doesn't necessarily work unless you find success in it in terms of in the playoffs. I don't think regular season success can really determine if it works. I think you need to find success in the playoffs, and I think playoff success is based on how many times you make the WCF and the NBA championship. I think constant second round eliminations is not playoff success. I think it's just
It's a good team.
yeah,
What
you're
about
just a
Western
good team.
Conference Finals?
I just said, what if you make the conference finals or the NBA championship repeatedly, then that would be deemed success. But if you don't win eventually, then it's like, okay, Is this really working or is this not working? I mean, this is the first time they actually tried the full small ball era with what they do.
True,
PJ.
but we're on the topic of Russell Westbrook though.
What was the question? Sorry.
Was he misused in Oklahoma City?
Too early to say. I think OKC, he put up record numbers. He put up triple doubles. He won the MVP. 30, 10, and 10 is ridiculous. I think he carried it. He showed he can carry a pretty weak team to the playoffs.
Very weak team.
But I think it's too early to say because in OKC we've seen it fail, and in Houston we have yet to see if it can fail or succeed yet. So that's why I would say it's too early to say. That's just me though.
Okay.
You're gonna say it succeeded because it's probably 30 games of your knowledge. I'm not
It didn't
yet.
succeed. I'm gonna let the audience choose what they want to believe. Okay. I'll lay down the facts, you guys. Whatever you want to believe, you believe.
First, please tell them how many games it's been.
59 games total in the season.
No, not in the small ball era. Not in the small ball. I'm talking about the small ball era.
I'll get to that later. Let me lay down the facts right now. We're talking about Oklahoma City. We're not talking about the Rockets. We're talking about Oklahoma City. In 2016, they misused him.
Did he win MVP
Until
that
he
year?
left. Yes, but they misused him.
Did he win MVP?
Yes. That
Okay.
doesn't matter though. They
What
misused
the-
him. They misused just because you won MVP doesn't mean you weren't misused.
But that doesn't matter.
So LeBron, okay, just an example.
Wait, but that doesn't
when LeBron
matter?
won MVPs with a bad supporting cast, the Cavaliers did a bad.
misusing
The
him,
Cavaliers
Did a bad job surrounding
supporting
him with talent. Definitely heard that narrative.
Did a bad job supporting him with superstar talent. They didn't misuse him. You can't attract talent to a team like Cleveland. It's a small market. That's a fact.
Okay,
They
so the
didn't
real
misuse
question
him.
is that they didn't surround Russell Westbrook with talent. That's fine. Okay, let me get to my point. Hope you stop interrupting me.
I
don't
not
know.
Stop.
I
may
know you
keep
have
going.
you might have some form of ADHD right now. Let's just keep on going.
I actually have that.
2016, the Oklahoma City Thunder were last in 3-point percentage at 35%.
I'm about to throw these numbers again.
JC, they were 26 in 3-pointers made. 2017, the next season, yes, Paul George is here, and Carmelo Anthony.
That's your favorite
That's
player.
a
He
fact.
sucks.
Carmelo Anthony, right? Okay, I love Melo, love Paul George. Okay, 22nd in 3-point percentage, then 12th in 3-pointers made. JC, I don't know. Does that add up to a good team spacing wise? A good 3-point shooting team?
Just to quickly jump in, Paul George shot 39% from three that year. It was not
Okay,
his
well,
fault.
I'm talking about the team. I'm
No,
not
no,
saying it
alright,
wasn't fault.
alright,
I'm just saying.
Just making sure they don't come at.
Not a
Paul
lot of
feet.
spacing, okay?
Nah, not for a player like
2018.
Westbrook.
The Oklahoma City Thunder were 22nd in 3-point percentage and 35th with 35% and 12th in 3-pointers made. So I just don't see that they were a good 3-point shooting team.
True.
Russell Westbrook is not a good shooter. He needs spacing.
Yes.
We know that. So on average in the 3 years, they were 25th in the league in 3-point percentage and 18th in 3-pointers made. So as Russell Westbrook as the main focal point, Oklahoma City couldn't space the floor.
At all.
Something Kevin Durant complained about on All the Smoke podcast with Matt Barnes, excellent podcast with Steven Jackson as well. Love it.
His last year in OKC, he wasn't the main vocal point of offense. They turned it to PG.
Okay, I'm gonna get into that too. Trust me. So this year the Rockets are first in 3-pointers made a game, and they've been first in the last 4 years, which is why they have made runs in the playoffs. Okay, so this narrative, what's the biggest narrative, JC, around Russell Westbrook when players leave him?
It's
He's
his
a
fault.
bad teammate.
It's
his
his fault.
style of
Okay.
play.
I'm not saying that though.
I know you're not saying that, but I just want to make it clear because I want to defend Russell Westbrook a little bit. Last year, Paul George was an MVP candidate.
He had a pretty great season.
What is he this year?
Injury prone, not doing so well.
Yeah, injury prone player. Not because he left Westbrook though, because he was injured.
Oh, but
He was
why?
injured when he played with Westbrook.
I get that, Joel. That's a very good point.
So I just want to let that be known. Okay.
Okay, so then talk about Victor Oladipo.
Victor Oladipo in Orlando, he wasn't even that good.
And
Let's
then
just
in
be honest.
OKC, he wasn't that good allegedly, but then he gets to Indiana, he's all of a sudden an all-star. So let's
And
talk
now
about
he's
that.
playing. He's not that good.
He's
He's
not
coming back
that
he
in.
came off it.
He's coming off.
I'm just
injury.
saying. But yeah.
But we're
Okay,
talking
he
about
went to Indiana.
became
and
an
he-
all-star.
He
Became an
became an
all-star.
all-star. That's fine. Okay, but still, Oladipo's not enough information for me. It's
That's
not
true.
something. It's
But
not
Paul
somebody that
George is enough
I'm putting
information.
importance in.
And Oladipo is on the record saying that watching Westbrook, his preparation every day made him become a better player.
So
Keep going, Joel.
Okay, and since small ball, January 1st to be exact, Russ has the most points in the paint in the NBA, even more than Giannis.
Wow.
Russell Westbrook is averaging 20 points per game in the paint. That's more than Giannis, more than Zion, more than these physical athletic freaks, including LeBron.
Wow.
So, yes, all Westbrook needed was shooters surrounded around him.
How many points does he average this year?
27 points per game.
You know he led the league in scoring twice in OKC, right?
Okay.
And 1 year he averaged 30.
Okay.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
That doesn't mean that the Oklahoma City Thunder surrounded him with the right pieces to fit his play style.
But
And to fit his play style, and saying that, that's what misusing means. It didn't fit his play style. They misused him because they made him do things that
like what? He wanted to shoot.
Okay, but this is the thing. They made him do things that weren't gonna fit his game. Westbrook isn't taking many threes now. Why? Because he has all the space in the world to drive it to the paint, so he'll just do that. He settled in Oklahoma City because there was nobody to here. I'm not double teamed. I'll pass it to you. I have spacing. No, there was a year, the first year, his MVP year. Taj Gibson and Steven Adams were starting.
So wait, if that's interesting to say that you
Virtually
said
no
it
floor
because
spacing.
the teams with Kevin Durant, the teams they made the finals, right? When they had Harden, KD, they had Tabo off the bench. They had
Serge.
They had Ibaka. They had Kendrick Perkins. They had not like the best shooters. They had all right shooters. He still was taking threes though, and he's still. That's just what he wants to do. Take threes.
I think it's unfair to compare a 23-year-old to what he was at 29, at 30. He matured in his game, and if they would have,
has he really matured in his game though?
He has matured in his game, and I want to let you know this.
I think he plays the same.
This year, Riv, highest field goal percentage of his career.
Since January 1st.
No, for the year.
Okay.
59 games.
What's his
Best-
highest field goal percentage?
47%.
47.
He has the best 2-point percentage of his career,
What's that?
52%.
That's good.
And the best efficient field goal percentage of his career with 49%. And he has the lowest amount of turnovers per game since 2016. So I'd
What is
say
it?
this small ball is working really well for him. I think it's about 4.4.
Turnovers?
Yeah.
God damn.
This season. And in February alone, he's averaging 33 points per game, 7.3 rebounds per game, 6 assists per game, and 55% from the field. I'm going to say this. It may not be a popular opinion, but I believe that if Oklahoma City surrounded Westbrook with the right pieces, spaced the floor in Oklahoma City, I think right now we're not sitting here saying that Steph Curry is the best point guard in the league.
Wow.
Or of the decade. I think it's Russell Westbrook.
It's funny that you say that because Russell Westbrook still won everything that a lot of point guards didn't win. And yet you still talking about how he's misused. Realistically, let's be realistic. Like, come on, bro. Like, he won an MVP. He averaged a triple-double 3 times.
He was misused. He averaged a triple-double on the strength of his own greatness.
He's being used right now, 27, 7, and 7, right?
Well, that's because he's playing with a 35-point-per-game score. You got to take a back seat a little bit to somebody.
More than a backseat. James Harden gets double-teamed as soon as he touches the ball.
That's true.
So Westbrook is wide open sometimes. But
to be
that wasn't added.
To be noted, yesterday against the Boston Celtics, James Harden got mad at Russell Westbrook because James Harden got double-teamed and Westbrook didn't cut to the basket. So, they're feeding off each other. They're getting into a groove. And Russell Westbrook, it's safe to say that, yes, even with the accolades being won, he wasn't surrounded and he was misused in that aspect. JC, you're a big LeBron fan.
Yeah.
I know you're a LeBron fan. He won a lot of awards on bad Cleveland teams that he propelled.
Very true.
And I think in hindsight, we can all say that it was unfair to criticize LeBron for not winning a championship because he didn't have the right pieces.
I don't
So
think
same
anybody
thing.
criticizes Westbrook.
Oh,
for
no.
winning
A lot of
championship,
people bring up that finals record a lot of times.
though. I don't think anybody
No,
criticizes
but I'm saying
Westbrook,
I think people criticize Westbrook for not making it past the first round, not doing this, not doing that, even though the proper team wasn't around him.
Yeah.
You got to take that into consideration.
That's
and it's
true.
not the Eastern Conference, it's the West. We know the West is harder.
Tough.
That's what I have to say on the matter. So, okay. That's all we had for today. It was just NBA stuff. This is our second time recording it because my computer shut off. And I have my friend Hamza here was recording with the camera, making stuff look good. Shout out to him.
Part of the team.
And we picked our side. We want you guys to pick your side. Who do you agree with? If you have your own opinion, comment down below, or you can go on our website and send us a message via email, whatever you guys want to do. If you can, it would mean the world to us if you could share our stuff so we can continue to grow and we could continue to gain popularity, because hopefully we want to make this into like a full-time gig for us. So that's a dream of all of ours. So thank you guys for watching, and we appreciate you guys.
Peace out.
Adios.